Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
All right, everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Frankly Francisco podcast. Today, my guest is a person who has seen things that a lot of people shouldn't see. She is from Ukraine. She made her way from Ukraine to Italy, I believe, correct? And then the USA?
In Romania and from Romania in USA.
At Romania. So her name is Aleksa. She has her own story to tell, and we are here to tell that story. So Aleksa, please introduce yourself to my audience.
Hi, everyone. My name is Aleksa. And as you heard, that I moved from Ukraine, and I was part of all these things that happened there when war started. And I will share my story.
So tell us, 2014, this is when, things started happening, Russia invaded, taking territory from Ukraine. Where were you at that time?
Yeah, at that time, I was a volunteer because it was like a huge shock for all country. And we started to support, and I volunteering for a lot of years before. So that's why for me, it was normal. I know a lot of people. And we moved to Donetsk region, it's Eastern Ukraine, to help people because they was blocked and they haven't even food. So we took bread and give to the people in gray zone. Gray zone, it's a zone where is fighting happened and shops, nothing is work. So it's like silent place, nothing happened there. And we try to help people, and we had bread and give bread to people and have some other humanitarian help. But the most impressive things that happened there, it was when two men, and they was not young men, they started fighting for bread. So this was absolutely wow. I never saw something like this before. Because in Ukraine, we have rich villages. I mean, rich that we have everything like food, plants, and we have very good earth. So you can have any plants. So I never saw hungry people in my country. It's almost impossible because people know how to have deal with the food. That's why I was shocked. I saw something in African, countries were somewhere very poor countries, and I never saw like this. And I saw a lot of destroyed houses, and saw kids that saw how their parents died. And a lot of stories I saw, and saw all these villages and what towns and what happened there. So it was absolutely awful.
So no one should experience what you experience. It's when you experience war, when you see things that you're not used to seeing, it can leave a lasting effect on you. At what point, when you decided that you needed to leave out of there for your own safety because of what was going on?
Because in 2022, in February, war started war all around Ukraine started, and I woke up 24th of February because I heard how military plane flying. So, very fast. So I woke up because of this sound at 4 o'clock in the morning, and they started bombing Kiev. In Kiev lived 3 million people, and they just started bombing this town. They started to bombing all towns where is more than 1 million people. We have 6 of them in our country. And I realized that it full invasion happened. That's why when I heard this, I just decided to move. So I took one bag with documents, because in Ukraine I had my own business and I had charity organization. So I just took one bag with all documents and one bag with clothes, and that's all. And
That's
I didn't know if I will back or not ever.
Yeah, that's got to be devastating to leave your home where you had your business, where you have your friends and family. So what was that journey like? How did you get out of the country? Were you able to, did you have to go into another country? Where did you have to go first to be able to get out of Ukraine?
Yeah, because a lot of people talk about that war can happen. Like for us, it was something impossible because we couldn't imagine that someone will start bombing a European town with 3 million people. That's why we just like wasn't very serious about that, but we still had a plan. So I talked with my friends that if war started, her uncle, he will pick us up and we will go in the town closer to Poland border. So when war started, he couldn't pick us up because all people start to move. So we spent almost 5 hours to meet him, ways that you can go 40 minutes and it was really miracle that we jump in underground in Kiev. And when we came at the point when he need to meet us, they closed underground. So it was like we just exactly came in the time. So we waited for them, and to come in this town, we need to spend like 6 hours. It's enough to driving, but we drove almost 12 hours, not even 12 hours. It was almost 20 hours because roads was full. We couldn't move fast. And nobody knows. It was really like crazy because we didn't know if they will start bombing cars or not. Like it's crazy. Like you don't know what to expect. So after we wait 3 days at her place with her parents, we waited for the bus to Italy. And we moved to Italy, and it was away almost 48 hours because it was hard on the border. We just maybe more than 10 hours. We just wait. This was a lot of cars. All people want to move from country. Nobody know what happened. And I decided to move to Italy because we thought that it can be atomic bombing because they blocked all our atomic station and started some fightings near these places. That's why, like in my heart, I just wanted to move somewhere far away because if all my family die, I decided that I need to have healthy kids. I don't know why my brain worked like this. That's why I choose Italy because it's far away from country.
Yeah, I
I had
understand.
more friends like in Poland, in other countries, so I can come somewhere closer or even stay in Ukraine in more safety place. But I saw that it can happen. That's why you just run because you don't know what to expect.
So in Italy, how long did you stay in Italy before you transitioned to Romania?
1 month.
Oh, wow, that fast.
That fast because into like when we moved here, we lived in like one Catholic seminary. They gave their auditories like for living. So it was like 8 people in one room, random people who run. It was in Bergamo. And in 2 weeks, they gave to me and for 2 my friends apartment in small village far away from town. And in 1 week, I realized that it's impossible. They don't know, in Italy, they don't know English language. So you need to know Italian language. You can't even communicate with people. So I realized that I can't stay. And because I had a business project with one American family and they moved to Romania because of the war, they couldn't back in Ukraine. So they moved in Romania and they called me and asked if I want to work in charity organization with them and help to Ukraine. So of course I decided to fly there because it's Cluj-Napoca. It's like pretty town, 3 hours from Ukraine border, so we can help to a lot of people. So I decided to move and work in charity and just help people because I didn't know what to do.
Well, being a refugee is nothing to, to sneeze at. It's difficult when you have to leave your hometown. But the fact that you went to Romania, which was close to the border, and you were able to help your people through the charity, it's a great thing. You were doing a great service to your people helping. So at what point did you leave Romania to come to the States?
Because I'm not native speaker and my brain couldn't learn new language. I don't know why. I just couldn't. I even started to learn. I had the courses. I saw that maybe I will stay there, and because I'm like entrepreneur, so I thought that what kind of business I can start. I started to search. I organized Ukraine Business Club there, and connect some people. We start to help to each other to develop our own projects. And I thought that I will stay, but I couldn't build even friendship in this country with people. And it was hard. Like when you are not native speaker and you are with not native speaker, because all of them know English language, but it's not their own language as me. So that's why I decided I can't build not successful charity organization, not successful business project, nothing, because I can't find even community to do something together. And that's why I decided I need to move in English speaking country where it will be easier to build any relationships and easier to find your community, and it will be easier to work. And I know English language because my business partner, he was from USA, and I worked with US for some time. That's why for me it was the best solution. And in USA, it was easier for me to move because I haven't someone in Australia. And in London, like in Great Britain, it's really hard. And all stories that I have from Great Britain, like it was very hard for Ukrainians. Because I can tell that Europe, they don't like refugees. It's very hard. Like only if you have very good connections or you have like great business idea or you have partners or you have family there, you can move and it will be better. But if you came just like a refugee, it's really hard. It's like almost impossible. Of course, everything is possible for some people, but it was really hard. That's why I moved to USA, and I have a lot of people in USA that I know, like in different states and towns.
So is there a strong Ukrainian presence where you're at now? Do you have connections with people from your homeland that you can, commune with, talk with, have strong connections with?
Yes, you know that in USA, it's more than 200,000 Ukrainians now.
Wow.
They moved because of the war. And that's why in my town, we have 1,000 Ukrainians, and we are very active here. So we have meetings all the time. We have our own Ukraine bands. We have our own meetings, festivals. We are part of society. All of us work. Some people have businesses. So we are very active. And I can tell that it's as I know, like last time when I heard it was 9 million refugees from Ukraine all around the world. 9 million, it's more than some European countries.
Well, hopefully at some point when things, at some point try to go back to normal, a lot of these folks who have been displaced might be able to go back home again. I know it can be difficult once you get adjusted to life outside. Like in the US, a lot of people get adjusted and don't want to go back. But at some point, I know some people will want to go back because they'll miss home. But for you, what are you doing now? How are you spreading awareness of what you've been through in the journey that you're going through now?
Now I work in a publishing company, so I help people to write book, publish them, sell them. I'm good in marketing and I have my own ideas. I'm jumpstart coach and I help people to start anything in their life, especially after my experience.
Mhm.
And thanks God, I know I had a lot of courses of psychology, coaching, everything in Ukraine. So it's really helped me. And now I can help to a lot of people go through hard transitions, especially when you want to start something and just think, oh, next month, next year, and you never start. So I help people to go through that and start some things that they really want to do and help them to go through these first steps. This is like my calling in life. I feel so. And
You found your purpose. That, I mean, that's the best way. That is the best way to say it, is you found your purpose in life. You found your purpose to help people. You're using that experience that you went through in the Ukraine and through Romania and Italy. You found your purpose to try to help others. Now, for you, what projects do you have coming up that you want to tell my audience about? Because I know we talked off air that you were working on a podcast, that you were trying to, you have a big Ukrainian following online, but you're trying to shift to an American audience so people can get to know you. So let my audience know what projects you have coming up.
yeah, this is groups. It will be um, yeah, it will be group startup coaching. Not startup, like I'm jumpstart coach, so I will help to people to do these first steps in groups. So my first project is will be these groups where I will connect people and will help them to do these first steps.
Mhm.
And I have my own book. It was published on Christmas.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was the biggest miracle in my life for this after I was saved in the war. Yeah. So this book, it's like exactly from my heart. And name of this book, Home, Sacred Search for Belonging. It's about home inside of us because we can change any country. We can change a lot of things. People can come in our lives and go, but something fundamental is in our hearts. And I wrote it in this book.
Fantastic. So where can people find that book at?
On Amazon, yeah, Aleksa Aishpur, Home, Sacred Search for Belonging. It's more spiritual literature for Christians or people who have hard questions to God and like afraid to ask Him.
I mean, I think that's beautiful. Like I said, you found the purpose that you were looking for in life. You were trying to help people now. And I think that's a good thing. So in the community, you said you have a strong Ukrainian community online. So how are you trying to transition? Are you going to keep both communities? Are you still going to keep the Ukrainian community strong and then transition to the American community? Or are you just trying to shift just strictly to an American community now on social media?
I want to have both communities, of course. And like my dream, like what I work this year on, it's on my book. I want to translate it on 10 languages. And I know 3 languages. I want to be open in this and share my story.
That's beautiful. Listen, I'm glad you were able to make it here. I'm glad that you're doing well. You're thriving where you are. There's a lot of people that couldn't get away. There's a lot of people that couldn't escape Ukraine, and there's a lot of lives were lost. But I'm glad you were not one of them, and I'm glad you were able to find a place where you belong and you found some peace. And I hope one day that you're able to go back home, to at least visit and see your friends and your family that were left behind. It's a sad thing anytime war happens. More people die because of things that they think they own. It's to me, it makes you feel empty a little bit inside. When you see the things that you see in the images that you see online of these buildings being blown to bits and these people struggling at the border trying to get out and these blockades blocking everybody from supply chains, that stuff that the Ukrainian people need. But for you, I know your journey is just beginning. You're just, getting started in your life here. And hopefully you can continue to build on that and continue to build on your charities that you're doing to help your people as well. So where can people find you if somebody wants to talk to you or somebody wants to be inspired by you? Where can they reach you at?
Yeah, thank you so much for your words. It's really, I feel this support from people around. It's really helpful. And yes, I'm in all social media, maybe even easier in Instagram, Aleksa Aishpur,
Mhm.
yeah, and Jumpstart Coach. So it's the easiest way I can talk and can help.
Perfect. So listen, I'm going to leave you what I leave with everybody with. No matter what anybody tells you, if you found your purpose, live it. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it. Like I said, I am happy that you are healthy and you are thriving. Continue to do so and continue to bring your message to people and let them know you can make it. You can get up and go. You can do the things that you're afraid to do. And I appreciate you coming on the show. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
No problem.